Number 3, remember that God joined you in marriage. Marriage is not an experiment. Some people get married so often in our society that they ought to sign their certificates to whom it may concern. I mean, people enter into marriages, and because divorce is so rampant, folks say, well, if it doesn't work out, I'll just find someone else and do it again. If you're a Christian, that's not an option. You can't think that way. Marriage is a divine institution. The Bible says you become one flesh. And I've not yet seen a divorce where people did not tear from limb to limb eternally. When there's a divorce, not only are the children torn apart inside. Now, friends, I wish I could tell you different, but I know what I'm talking about. My father was married 4 times. He's married now to his 4th wife. My mother was married 4 times. Not to mention my mother lived with a fellow 20 years she never married. Didn't marry him because he was married to someone else. I mean, I know all the ins and outs of these scrambled relationships from growing up. I've had stepfathers and stepmothers and stepbrothers and the whole mess. And it's only a miracle of grace that I'm not scrambled in my emotions right now. I read when I was up in the cave a psalm. It said, when your father and mother forsake you, the Lord will take you up. And I asked Jesus to adopt me, and that's the only reason I've got any sanity at all. I used to have to go to parties where I'd have to pretend I didn't know this man my mother was living with because he was with his wife. Very confusing. My stepmother right now is younger than my wife. My father's 75. You know what her name is? Mary Ann Batchelor. Can you imagine having the name Mary A. Batchelor? And so, you know, it's just real. Listen to this, it gets really exciting. My father has brother-in-laws. He's 75. He's got brother-in-laws that are 13 years old, 14 years old. Take them out on a business lunch with you. This is my brother-in-law. Listen now, my father's mother-in-law is younger than me. Now you're really confused. Don't try and figure it out. It's true. And so I know something. Those are my credentials. And as a pastor, you have a lot of time that you spend counseling people. I've just seen everything you can imagine and some things you can't imagine happen in relationships. Number 4, guard your thoughts. Don't let your senses trap you. Now, this would be